What's up guys? I spent some time this morning and did a little bolt check on Miss Parker. I went over all of the V-bands and clamps and made sure that everything was tight, and all that is good. So the only other thing we have to do really before we go on the next drive is adjust the front bumper. If you guys haven't noticed, the last couple test drives that we took Miss Parker on, we didn't have a front bumper on it at all, and that's simply because I haven't done the fine tuning on it, so it's not 100% yet. That's why I just feel safer driving with it off the car. But even though Miss Parker is legal and registered, I'm not sure how legal it is to drive without a front bumper and headlights. So that is something that we want to take care of today, and yeah, that's going to be the main goal. So when we first put the turbo kit in the car, we did do a little bit of modifications to the bumper in order to get it to fit at all, and as you guys can see, it looks pretty damn cool. We got all the major modifications and cutting out of the way. However, if you guys take a look right here, you see this little gap, which is like a 1/4 inch, not even a 1/2 inch. And we have the same thing on this side, right here. So what's happening is the bumper is hitting the intercooler pipes right here. So the idea is to micro adjust and trim that down a little bit on both sides until we close the gaps. And once the gaps are closed, then we'll be able to put all the hardware back and the bumper will be good to go. So that's the goal for today, boys. Hoping that the weather holds up. It looks good right now. It says it shouldn't rain until about 1 o'clock. So we got about 2-3 hours ahead of us. Let's get after it. So what we're gonna do is use this Dremel to slowly start trimming up the corner here until we can close the gap up on the sides. Alright boys, I did a little bit of trimming off camera just to spare you guys the boring stuff. But yeah, we still look about the same in the front. But now if we come to the sides, you'll see the gap is much tighter. Check out this side. See that, boys? So now when I put the hardware in there, that will bring it the rest of the way, which I'm not worried about. But yeah, we are looking good, boys. So sick. All right, now let's take this front bumper off. I have something special we're gonna be adding to the front of Miss Parker today, so get stoked. Quick release bumper. Race car stuff. Oh yeah. And since we are no longer going to be running the factory bumper support, I picked up this Steeda front bumper support, which is lightweight and a lot cleaner than the factory bumper support. So I'm stoked on this, and that way, God forbid we ever get into a situation where we hit the front end or someone backs into the front end of Miss Parker, we'll have that little bit of added support. So I'm super stoked on this, and it should look really clean once installed. I got the hardware right here. 2 more on that side, and yeah, all we got to do is bolt it up. So let's do it. This is good, boys. I love nice, easy installations. And just like that, boys, took a total of 30 seconds and we have a new front bumper support, and this thing looks hella rad. I am stoked. So let's get the front bumper back on and see how everything fits. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't think about that. Dang it. I knew that installation was too easy. And usually when things are too easy like that, it's usually too good to be true. So here's a top secret look at the back of my bumper. So I have the inside of the bumper wired up, as you guys can see, and that's what helps us pull this upper lip up so it's not, you know, sloppy and just dangling down in front of the intercooler. But now, and I didn't even think about this, when you go to slip the bumper on, the bumper support is supposed to go in here, and it hits the wires that we have set up to hold the bumper, or the bumper's lip, whatever you want to call it. So it doesn't allow me to put the bumper on, to make a long story short, which sucks. But I'm definitely not taking the wires off of the front bumper, because like I said, that's what keeps the structure of this look right here. So without those wires, we would not have this nice clean opening, which is very important. So unfortunately, I'm thinking we're gonna have to take the front bumper support back off, which sucks. And then I'm just gonna run the bumper without the front bumper support and be extra careful until the only idea that I came up with is if I can find little clips, I could attach the wires to the little clips, right, on the top only. And that way, when we're pulling the bumper off, I could just detach the clips from the top part of this bumper right here, and all the wires will just hang loose. And then I'll be able to pull the front bumper off and put the front bumper on. And then once I put the front bumper on, we can just re-clip this, and the bumper support will sit on the inside of the wires. But I have to do some research and find some little clips that'll work to basically make these wires quick release. And then, yeah, and then everything will work. But we're not gonna be able to get after that today. Luckily, this thing bolts up in 30 seconds to a minute, and it's really not that big of a deal. But I'm kind of bummed because, you know, I thought we were making some progress, and now of course we have to take a few steps back. But no big deal, boys. So I'm just gonna unbolt the front bumper support, and we're gonna put it away for the time being. We're gonna get the front bumper back on the car and continue the video. Now, I am sweating. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is hot as hell out here. Front bumper is back on. Intercooler is looking sick. And yeah, boys, I am a little bit bummed that the front bumper support didn't work out, but that's just how it goes, you know? And like I said earlier, I knew that the installation was going way too smoothly, and typically that's not the case, but that's just how it goes when you're building a car, boys. You run into little things that you just didn't account for, you just didn't think of, and you just have to work around it. So eventually we will get that figured out, and I'll be able to run the front bumper support and the bumper the way I want it. But for right now, we're just gonna have to put the bumper support on the back burner and keep it pushing. So yeah, boys, I'm pretty stoked. Overall, we got the bumper fitment a lot better than it was this morning, and also this headlight was like falling out, and I got that secured off camera. So we are looking good. And to finish off this video, I have something pretty cool planned. I've never done anything like this before, and I'm really stoked. And you know, it's more of an arts and craft project than working on a car, but I think if we take our time and just have fun with it, it could come out pretty cool. And quick disclaimer before we get into it, I just want to let you guys know that this is not going to be the final look of Miss Parker. By no means do I plan on running this new look indefinitely. I'm just having fun with it, boys. It's a project car, and I mean, what is a project car if you can't have fun with it? Am I right? So the plan is, since these headlights, I don't know if you could tell on camera, but they are pretty shot out. It's cracked there, you know, they're hella faded. These are all cracked, spider cracks on the sides. So these headlights gotta go. And I actually have a brand new set of headlights and tail lights in the house, but I'm just not ready to put them on yet, boys, you know? Like I said, it would take 30 minutes and I would have new headlights and tail lights on the car, but it's a project car, boys. Let's have a little bit of fun. So the plan is, we are gonna pop this light out, and we are going to cut a big old hole in it so we can make a air duct that'll feed the turbo. Right? And I think that's gonna look super cool. So let me show you guys how we're gonna do that. So over here, I have the key to this whole little project. And what I got here is I had an old speaker box in my room from when I was younger, and it was just sitting in the back of my closet and I wasn't using it. And this was actually the little air port that sits at the bottom of the speaker box to let the subwoofers vent. So I popped it out of the speaker box, And yeah, I think it's going to be sick right there. So that's how we got to do that, boys. But first things first, we got to take the headlight out. Should be able to just wiggle this guy out of here. Nice. I moved to the side of the house because, well, we're in the shade now, boys, and I set up a little table with everything we're going to need to properly execute this little project. And the first thing we're going to need to do is mark off where to start cutting, which is going to be a little bit to the left from center of the headlight, because if you look on the back side, the opening back here is a little bit to the left of center. So yeah, we just got to mark off where we're going to start cutting and get after it. All right, boys, so that's how we're looking right now. That's the initial markings of where that's going to go to be able to line up with the back, which I'm still going to cut out a little bit bigger just to have more airflow, because we are obviously not going to be running a light in this headlight anymore. But yeah, boys, so let's start cutting. Wow, boys, I can't even make this shit up. I messed up. I thought the camera was recording and it wasn't recording, and I missed the entire cutting out of the circle, which was actually hella satisfying. It just cut it like butter. I cannot believe that I messed that up. Dang it. It cut it out so good, guys. Look at that. It literally went like a hot knife cutting through butter. Super smooth. It was super cool. Damn it. I cannot believe that I wasn't recording. That's all right, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to make that a lot bigger anyways. Yeah, so we're gonna go around one more time, and I'm going to make sure that the camera is recording this time. Big dummy I am. All right, boys, here we go. Let's make sure we're recording. We are, and begin. Woo! All right, it just got in there, boys. So we're gonna have to cut it open a lot bigger, but as you can see, we just got the tip in there. So now we just have to continue to open up the hole until we can slide the whole air duct in there. Sweet. Alright, boys, it is not the prettiest looking hole in the world, but now it fits in there beautifully. And we can't see, of course, because the sun is going to be all blown out everywhere. Give me a second, boys. I am covered in plastic shavings. Check that out. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty damn sick. We're going to have to put a bead of silicone behind this just to hold it into place, because yeah, it's just not as tight as I would have liked it to be, but it's nice and flush with the headlight now, which is cool. So yeah, I am stoked with how that turned out. That looks pretty damn cool, boys. Sweet. So let's clean up this mess, because what you guys see on this cardboard right now is literally what I look like. I'm covered in plastic. It's crazy, but at least we got it done. Well, not yet, boys. We got it, I'd say 75% done. We just got to finalize it. I cut out the back side of the headlight housing as well, so now you can see straight through the air duct, which is cool. However, I don't know how it's going to look once it's back into place. Something like that. Oh my goodness, boys. That looks so cool. All right, let's get the bolts on the back of the headlight so we can secure it. And the headlight is tight, boys. How we looking? Oh my goodness, that looks sick. So cool. All right, I got one more thing I want to do to the front of the car. that I think is gonna add to the look and be pretty cool, so hold tight. So since we're just having fun with it, boys, I figured this would complement the other headlight well. So we're just gonna use some black electrical tape. Put an X on this baby. And boom, how does that look? Heck yeah, boys. Look how sick that is. Oh, that is cool. That is really cool. What do you guys think? Drop a comment down below. I know it's funky, but hey boys, it's a project car and we're just trying to have a good time. I think it looks pretty cool, and like I said multiple times earlier in the video, this is not a permanent look, boys. I do have brand new headlights and brand new taillights in the house, but you know, why not? If you can't have fun with the build, what's the point of it? That looks sick. I am stoked on that, boys. Super, super stoked. What the heck? People on the road are gonna be like, what is going on with the car behind me? So cool. That is so cool. So let me know what you guys think of the new look in the comments below. Again, it is just temporary. But yeah, boys, I'd say we had a pretty successful day. We fine-tuned the front bumper, which hasn't been done since we installed the turbo kit. We attempted to put the new front bumper support on the car. You know, we were trying to be responsible and put a front bumper support back on there, but we ran into a couple complications and it happened. So I'll just figure out how to put little clips on those cables, and that's no big deal. We'll be able to bolt the bumper support back up and then hook the cables up and we'll be good to go. And then, you know, we put the air duct on the front headlight, and I mean, I am pumped on how that looks, boys. That looks super cool. Again, just for the time being, because I know there's gonna be people in the comments like, oh, you ruined it. I'm just having a good time, boys. You should learn how to do the same. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, boys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, as always, hit the like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Be easy.